So I'm back again here at my healing place, Resonance, Float, and Sound. Thought I'd kind of walk you in and let you see some of the beautiful, wonderful accoutrements of this place, this special place. It helps create that well-being, helps to create balance. And we talked about the vibro machine. There he is, or she is. Now what we're going to do is we're going to walk on into the float room. But I thought I'd kind of walk you in and let you just see the ambiance here. It is so warm and inviting. And yes, this is the egg. No, it's not from Robin Williams' TV show. There's Kathy again. Hey, Kathy.
Hi.
But I thought I'd bring him into your float room. Oh, my goodness.
So this is our float tank.
As she opens the tank. Oh, wow. That is so cool.
So it's actually 200 gallons of water and 1,000 pounds of pharmaceutical-grade Epsom salt. And you can't sink on a bed. You lay on top of the water and just float, absorbing all of that wonderful magnesium. And it is helpful for anything. For the reason I found it was because I didn't sleep for basically 4 years. And I started floating, and within about 6 weeks of floating my first time, I floated twice, which was what they recommended. And I was back to basically a regular sleep cycle. It is one of those things I literally bought into hook, line, and sinker. It is average skin temperature, the idea being along the lines of the float tanks from the 50s and the 60s, where the more sensory deprivation tanks, where you can't tell where you stop and the water starts. So the idea is you get in, and you can pull the lid down as far as you're comfortable with. I'm terribly claustrophobic, so the first time that I floated, it was recommended that I leave it open about that much, about a foot, foot and a half, and I put my head at the end that opened. They told me to use the little neck rest, and I used that, left the light on, and wouldn't you know, I'm one of the few people who actually fell asleep the very first time.
Wow.
So obviously it didn't bother me. It's white, it's reflective with the light on. You have plenty, and you can see and feel that it's bigger than it appears, or than you even think it is. I had it in my head, it was a tanning bed with water in it, and I knew that was out of the question. But once I realized that I could basically stand up in there like this with it all the way closed, I was a little bit better. But once I got in and realized I can sit up, I can move my arms around, I can put them behind my head, I can, you know, move around freely, which most of my problem is being closed in a space and not being able to move around. Or just watching somebody on television in a tight space. I'll have a panic attack. So if I can do this, most people can. We always tell people that if there are any ongoing conditions that are being monitored, like blood pressure, blood sugar, heart, kidneys, any history with epilepsy, pregnancy, you run it by your doctor first. Just because we're not medical professionals, so we can't tell you how all of that salt will interact with anything that you might be taking. But for the most part, I highly recommend it.
Wow.
And it's an hour session. We do have an intro package that's 30 minutes in the tank and 11 minutes on the sound chair. And you can try both and see if it's something that would benefit you. But that's pretty much it for our wonderful little pod.
Yeah, well, thank you. This is so interesting to be in this place again and be able to show you what I've experienced as well for my healing journey. And I'm just so grateful to have this opportunity to share it with other people as well. So tune in next time, and we'll be talking about the sound machine that Kathy just mentioned.